You'll literally just ruin the spark plugs if you touch them. So for this vehicle, customer went with the Autolite Erodium XP. There's the part number there for you. I think they were fairly simple. I think it was like 20 bucks or something, 25 bucks for all four. So basically what you want to do first, we got the cover that sits right here, set like this. What you want to do, you want to go ahead and pull this cover off. It pops up by set it to the side. You got a clip here, here, and then it wraps here and here. Now what you want to do, it's going to leave these things here on it, on top of the a bolt for the coils. So the way to get that off, get you a 15 millimeter socket, and once you do that, just go ahead and give it a quick turn. Usually, sometimes you can get them off with your hand, sometimes not. But if you give it a quick little turn just to break it free, then you know, you can squirt right on off the tip there. And once you get that off, you'll be able to get out the you know, the bolts for the coils. So I'm going to set them to the side for me. And for the coil boots, it is a 8 millimeter is what takes that off. I've got one over here. I'm going to grab. Let's see. 8 millimeter. Alright. A trusty snap-on ratchet. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take off these bolts here. At least break them free. Now, I don't ever take all of these out at one time, only because I don't want to mix them up. I know you can put these in different places when you go to put them back together, but I don't prefer to. I like them to go back in the same spot as where they came out of, so I always just take the bolts off like this here, and then you know, I just leave the bolts in them like that, and that way the you know, you don't lose the bolt, you don't lose the position, well, placement of each coil either. So basically, guys, for this job, you're going to need a 15 millimeter either ratchet or you know, either ratchet or socket. I went with the ratchet here for the to get the cover bolts. Well, yeah, the cover bolts out for where the cover clips on. So you're going to need a 15 millimeter for that. You're going to need an 8 millimeter to get the coil boots off. And then you're going to need a 5/8 spark plug socket for the actual spark plugs themselves. And of course, a littler extension. I've got a big one. It doesn't matter. It's all the same. Just you want to make sure that you don't over tighten them when you put them back in. So what I'm gonna do, you want to pop these clips. Just press the button here, and give it a quick wiggle. Usually they come right out. Sometimes you might have to screw in the screw just a tad, just to give you a little bit something to hold on to it. I'm gonna put. Okay, so I go ahead and pull all of the connectors off, because as you can see, it's hard to kind of put them back in the wrong places because of the way they are. They don't really go in the wrong places, so it's kind of hard to mess that up, because they kind of literally are, the way the harness is, the harness runs them right in between where they need to be. So what you do, you get these bolts here out. I do it one at a time like I was saying, so I'll take that off, I'll set that to the side, give the coil a little twist, pull up. These coils actually don't look that bad. I don't see any, you know, looks like it might have a tiny bit, but not very much. Look down in there, I don't see any oil, so that means the tube seals are fairly good. They're actually in good condition still. So I think that's a plus side for us. And then what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and get the socket here put up there for the spark plug socket. And I'm gonna drop it in. You always want to twist it, make sure that you got it locked down on the spark plug. You definitely don't want to round these out. You know, if you round them off, it can definitely be a pain in the butt for you. You know, later in the game, you're gonna have to get it out of there somehow. And if you round them off, then it just turns into a huge headache on how to get the spark plug that's stripped out, you know, out of it. But just put it on the off. Let me see here. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna put this really quick up close. I don't like how long this extension is. I wanna keep it straight up in the air. Yeah, I'm actually gonna get a smaller extension. I don't want to break it here. Okay guys, so it looks like I was wrong, and there is actually a little bit of oil down here in the tube seals. So what I'm gonna do, I got the air compressor going, I got an air nozzle. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot some air down there, just kind of clean it out. I definitely don't want a bunch of oil or whatever it is. It might be water. The customer left the hood open a couple of days ago when they were trying to do it themselves. So because of that, it did rain and the hood never got closed, and they had to cover off the engine. They didn't have the coils out, but they did have the cover off, and ever since then the vehicle's been running a lot rougher than usual. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and blow it out. I don't know, like I said, if it's oil or if it's water, but it does look more like a little bit more like oil. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about here. You can see it on the socket here when it comes up. Oh no, that's oil. This one actually has a lot more in it. So you can see the oil there. So anyways, I don't want that getting down into the cylinder. And I'm not sure, it's not pouring out, so it's probably not too bad. But I don't want a whole bunch of it in there. So I'm going to go ahead, shoot a cover over this like this, and I'm going to put my nozzle down in there. And I'm putting the cover over it so it doesn't blow all over the customer's engine. And I'm just going to shoot the nozzle to where it can blow all of it up and out. Yeah, it's got oil. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's got some oil on my nozzle here. Alright. Now that I got that done, I'm going to go ahead and get the plug out now. I'm going to set the phone down while I do this. So now that I got it twisted, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take off the ratchet, and I'm going to just screw it out by hand with the socket and extension here. We'll see what they look like a little more once it comes out. Definitely looks like they haven't been changed in a very long time. They definitely could use a sprucing up, you know. So I'm glad they're doing it. I'm sure this car is going to run a lot better once we get some new plugs in there. Alright, so once we get that out, we'll go ahead and we'll open up the new ones. This is what comes out once we got the new one. Let the camera kind of focus a little. I'm sorry guys, my camera's not very and my camera's not charged, so I'm using my phone to do this. I wanted to make sure I'd let you guys know about the gap and all of that. I definitely don't want you guys to mess with them and then ruin the plugs, you know, if you buy them, because if you gap them with the wrong gap tool, then it definitely isn't going to be right. I'm going to grab some dielectric grease, and I'm going to grab some anti-seize. Okay guys, so I got the anti-seize. So what we're going to do is this stuff right here. See if I can get it to focus in on it. It's like that there. So what we're gonna do, it's got like the little brush here. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put some, just a tiny bit, just right around here, only on the threads. You don't want to get it on anything else, just around where the threads are. And once you do that, what I always do, I always take my finger and just kind of rub it around, just so I can make sure that it's not a bunch of it globbed up there. This is just to prevent it from seizing up inside the engine for the next time you have to change them. So I just want to make sure you get a lot up there, but not too much. You really just want it to be around the threads, kind of something like this here. And as it kind of seals, or as it kind of threads in there, it'll also get, you know, it'll also cover up a little bit better inside there as well, as far as the threads. And then what you do is, you want to put it down inside your socket, and then from there, it'll be very easy, and drop it straight down into the engine, and make sure that it's actually standing straight up. And you want to make sure that you're going straight into it. This is definitely not a time to be cross-threading anything. So you want to make sure that you can screw it pretty much all the way down by hand. If you can't, then something's not right and you need to pull it out and start again. Also, you never, ever, ever want to use an electric impact or anything like that, you know, or anything of the sort to put these back in. Even taking them out, it can be a little questionable. You know, if you spin it out too fast, you can create issues. You know, obviously, I have used it once or twice, you know, for some of them that was stuck. And, you know, I took the chance, but it was kind of a last resort thing. It was either, you know, it was either they were going to come out, or, you know, it was going to come out, or it wasn't. So I really didn't have anything to lose by trying it. You know, if it didn't come out, then we were gonna have to do some head work on the vehicle anyways. So it's kind of like, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, then you know, it's not that big of a deal. We're just gonna have to do the work that we already knew we were gonna have to do anyways. So you know, either way, just make sure you guys are careful with that. And as far as tightening them, once they're tight by hand, you're gonna put your ratchet on it. I always put it up there and just barely snug it. I mean, not barely, you know, obviously you want it tight, but you don't want it in there excessively tight. And then from there, you go on over to your next one. Actually, I gotta get this, I forgot, I gotta blow it out. So I'm gonna do the same process as before. I'm gonna cover it up, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick my nozzle in there. And I'm just gonna hit it with air. This one looks like it may have had a bit more in there than the other one did. I know it's getting dark out here, guys. We are a mobile repair business, so we do go to the customer to repair their vehicle. So I know it's getting a little dark, so it's a little harder to see. But guys, I just wanted to really make sure that you guys understood, you know, mostly about the way the spark plugs are gapped. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew not to touch the gap from the factory. They already come pre-gapped for this vehicle, and that's any brand that you buy. It should be. it. Make sure you put anti-seize on it, and also dielectric grease. That's what I always do. I kind of do this here. I just stick it up here and put a little dot, just kind of right there, just like so, just so it can kind of go over top of the plug a bit easier. But other than that, guys, if you have any questions, any questions about this one, about this change, or if if you have any other vehicle issues with maybe your vehicle, or one that you're helping a friend out on, or whatever the case is, please feel free to reach out to us. I try to answer all questions, whether that's in the comments or whether that's messaging me directly. You can check us out on Facebook. It's facebook.com/C&T Automotive LLC, and we're in the Virginia area. Other than that, guys, you can email us at ctautomotive2@gmail.com. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon with another great video. Thank you, guys.